Hello everyone, this is Princess here, and as promised, this is going to be the second part of the video, which will talk about Lunafreya's Force and Burst. I will also go over Ultimecia's Burst Plus and then the Shinryu for this fight. So Lunafreya's Force weapon is called the Aurora Rod, and this will grant the Force skill Furious Spray with her Force partner being Rydia. Fantastic choice, by the way. Yes, that's my bias talking. It's a 6-hit AoE Brave split HP attack dealt 3 times, and it has a 200% Brave hit potency. So for the bonus, for starters, this also provides Brave Regen, HP Regen, and this over-enchants with water, meaning that it combines with other elements. So you can essentially have 2 elemental enchants. So for the bonus, you get 10% at the start, 10% when using a water elemental skill, and then 10% when using an ice elemental skill, and then 10% when you're granting a buff to an ally. Alright, and now we have her burst weapon, which is called Fortitude, and this will grant the finishing burst Coronal Spark of Life. It's a 4-hit AoE Brave split HP attack dealt 5 times, and has a 70% Brave hit potency. It also grants the burst effect for 8 turns, and it will extend granted buffs by 1 turn. It raises the party's Stolen Brave Overflow, Brave damage, HP damage, and Brave gains. And then at 2 out of 3, the burst effect will be extended by 2 turns, so it's going to be 10 turns in total. It also adds a party Brave damage cap boost and a party max Brave cap boost. And then for Ultimecia's Burst Plus, so at 2 out of 3, for starters, her burst effect gets extended to 6 turns, and then her burst effect really improves. So it now raises the party's Brave damage, HP damage, Brave damage cap, and max Brave cap. So for the Chapter 9 Shinryu, you will be fighting Ultimecia and a Co-Whirl. You've fought these bosses before, so there's not really anything new to them, or like different or samey. For starters, you can't launch them, and they pretty much have the same attacks as before. So like Ultimecia is going to have like Shockwave Pulsar, Hell's Judgment, Holy, and then Apocalypse. The big difference though is that at 79, 49, and then 19%, Ultimecia will turn warp, and then she will use Apocalypse, and she is going to have the Griever effect over her head. So she is going to like have 2 to 3 consecutive turns and then just deal damage the whole time. So when that happens, make sure you have damage mitigation. And then here's just the Co-Whirl right here. Not anything new that sticks out other than that it's just like resist thunder, but if you got thunder in peril, then you don't have to worry. It still has the same attacks as before, like confuse, bio, erase shot, that sort of thing. So not anything too dangerous, but I would still say make sure you have damage mitigation for this fight. So for the force weakness, it's using an ice magic force and then entering force time. I'm not sure if this also applies for like any magic or non-elemental magic force like Terra or Cloud of Darkness and then having ice enchant. I never tried it myself, so I'm not sure. For the force gauge then, so at 2 out of 5, it raises Ultimecia's turn rate by 10% and attack by 50%, same for the Co-Whirl. At 3 out of 5, attack goes up by 30% and then turn rate to 80%. And then at 4 out of 5, attack goes up 50% and then turn rate by 100%. And then when it's full, Ultimecia will use Apocalypse Plus, which is a guaranteed hit. And then she goes into force time for 2 turns, so her and the Co-Whirl will just start deleting your turns. So not too scary. I would say, again, damage mitigation, counter, and like damage reduction is going to be your best friend for this fight. So with that being said, I'm going to head back into JP, and I'm going to showcase Lunafreya's Force and Burst. So I will be right back. Alright, so we're back in JP now, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Awakening, and then just use her Force and then her Burst. Alright, so here is Furious Spray. Right, and then Ultimecia is just going to turn warp here, so I'm just going to cut through that. Alright, so now we're going to go straight into the burst phase. So just remember, requirements is using water or ice elemental skills, or granting a buff to someone. So overall, they're pretty easy requirements to fill out, and you can get the force gauge up pretty high. So let's just use her S2 here. The one thing I want to keep in mind is that as I'm doing this, you'll notice that Lunafreya's buffs for Quick Prayer and Heavy Prayer are going down. So it's like not something that it is going to actively go down during burst phase, so you can't exactly keep it. So I would say have Leo's LD called in if you're going to plan on using, if you still want to like do additional HP attacks. Another thing I want to mention is that when this chapter came out in JP, we had a Shinryu co-op for this, but after the stream on Global, there wasn't any mention of the Shinryu co-op at all, so it looks like it's just going to be a regular co-op. So they might be saving the Shinryu co-op for something else, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's just not going to be along with the story. Anyway, so here is Coronal Spark of Life. I love the animation for this too, and I love the little bow she does at the end. But anyway, so that pretty much covers up everything for Lunafreya's Force and her Burst. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you will be pulling for Lunafreya's Force and Burst, or for Ultimecia's Burst, or if you're going to green her. And I will see you all next time.